Okay. So, today is Sunday, 20th March, 2016. So, actually, I just did my exercises, working through my reminder list. Started my exercises late today. I wasn't sure if I was gonna do it. It was very cold and I felt very like, oh no. I just slowly got myself to it. I did my exercises, ate my oatmeal thing and coffee. When I was making the coffee, I spilt it. I had to clean that up. Oh yeah, the next one is massage, press, and comb hair. So I did the massage with the press part. I said I'll do that once in the morning. No, I gotta comb my hair. No. So I did wash my hair yesterday. So I feel like yesterday's video, like I feel like I should have ended it. I didn't like the way it ended. Like I always had this nagging sensation. Like I should have said something more, or it didn't feel like it completed on a proper note or something. So I thought I'll wait for the next Saturday or something, but then that's the whole thing. Like I don't want to wait till Saturday to make a video. I want to make a video whenever I feel like it and upload it whenever I feel like it. And in my last video, the last bit, I sort of implied that I have a schedule and I'm going to upload it every Saturday or whatever. I'm like, no, I don't want to make things a schedule. I don't want to make YouTube into a job. It's a passion. It's not a job. I was going to use the word hobby. It's not really a hobby either. It's a passion. Saturday, Sunday, Monday, whatever. Whenever I feel like it, I'll upload it. Sometimes I might take an extended break. Yeah, that may happen too. And the other thing I wanted to say is, I feel like all of my videos so far have been sort of underlying them all. That there's this kind of motivation, or there's this kind of sense that I feel like I have to prove myself. That's what I feel like. The reason I'm being so open and all that, because I feel like I'm trying to prove myself. Like earns people's trust and confidence or whatever, or maybe even just show to myself that I'm stable. Because you know how unstable I was in the past, and even now I still deal with these mood and acting spontaneously. I still deal with those every day. So I feel like I was trying so hard to say, okay, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna stick to it, and So I feel like a lot of my videos, they were like documentation of my desire to show that I have stability, or have that I'm trustworthy, or I don't know, that I'm a reliable person. But the truth is, if you see my videos, you can see how messed up I am. You can see how my mind is all over the place. And so there's some honesty in my videos. Like it just shows how my mind is very, it's very it can be all over the place. So, but I was just thinking to myself, I don't feel like I need to prove myself to anyone. And the opposite of trying to prove yourself, or trying to seek validation or whatever, that could be another thing, seeking validation. The opposite is trust. I have to learn to trust myself. I have to learn to trust my own judgments. I don't need other people to validate my judgments or the choices I make. Um, I think true confidence comes from. Yeah, I was like calming myself for like hours. I think true confidence comes from being able to trust yourself. You know, that inner confidence comes from knowing yourself, self knowledge. Also, trusting yourself, trusting in your judgments, that you can make good judgments. You know, like, yeah, that comes with experience, but yeah, I've got to learn to trust myself. So, yeah, so I don't want to continue. I don't want to, because it's really stressful. Like, I don't want to feel like I've got to always prove myself. So, you know, I don't need to prove myself to anybody. You know, I don't need to prove myself to the world. I don't need to do it all. I don't need to spend so much energy trying to prove myself to the world, trying to seek validation. Oh, okay, you're a good person, right? I don't need to prove myself. Why? Or I shouldn't spend a lot of time trying to prove myself like that. What I could do is I could use all this energy and time and work on myself and just trust myself, or you know, that inner kind of thing. Instead of seeking external approval, what I really need to do is work on myself and just trust myself. What does that mean, trust yourself? Just have the confidence to not feel like I need other people to tell me what I'm doing is okay. You know? No one tells me what I'm doing is okay or not, but the thing is, like, it's in my mind. I feel like I need other people to tell me what I'm doing is okay. But I don't think I need that. I just need to trust myself. I need to tell myself. I need to know. Or I should have that knowledge in me that what I'm doing is good, or you know, is the right thing for me, or is the right thing generally, or yeah, I need to learn to trust in myself. So yeah, you know, I'm still a human being. I'm still struggling with all my psychological issues. I was thinking of something else. Oh yeah, there's this. I heard this somewhere. I was seeing this Dave Ramsey, this money thing. So I just saw a video today morning on accounting. Anyway, so he said something. That line was, some advertisement was playing, and in that advertisement, there was a line like, you know how people always look for the one in relationships. Well, what they said was, you never got, even if you'll never be able to, even if you find the one or whatever, you can never really have a good relationship with them, because the first thing you have to do before you find someone else is you gotta be the one. You know, so the idea is you've got to work on yourself, and then the people who you are looking for will come to you. Or you know what I mean? That I feel like that's kind of true. Like, if you work on yourself, and you know, if you work on yourself, like, you have confidence, you've got you know, you're emotionally stable, you're a person with character. If you work on yourself, you will attract people. I know that sounds very advertising and whatever, but there is a truth to that. You know, when I look at people who I find attractive, the people I find attractive are people who are like got it all together, or who are good people. You know, I find those people I find attractive. So I'm thinking to myself, why can't I be one of those people? Why can't I be the one? You know. So the idea is, work on yourself, and the people whose is the one for you, they will come to you, or they will find you attractive. Um, it doesn't mean like I have to be manipulative. No, actually work on your inner self. Work on the substance of who you are. And just not superficially, but in depth. So I'm just saying on confidence, inner confidence, knowing who you are, trusting, learning to trust yourself. If I have a huge problem, it seems like I have a huge problem trying to trust myself. I think I should, trust myself. I think I'm okay. I think, yeah, I've made lots of mistakes in my life, and another thing I was thinking today was a lot of the suffering I've experienced in my life was due to ignorance. Like a lot of this, most of my life, a lot of the stuff I suffered was due to ignorance. Because when I left school and when I moved to this country, I didn't know anything about evolution. I didn't know anything about life. I didn't know anything about trans stuff. I only learned that like 2013. That's when I learned. I was so ignorant, and the ignorance caused a lot of suffering for me, because I don't think I'm the sort of person who just makes bad decisions because they want to be bad, or I don't know if people make that want to be bad, but I don't think I would have made some of the choices I've made if I had known better. I kind of knew, but I was really, the way my life unfolded, I didn't, if I had proper guidance, if, moving from one country to a new one, I lived in an insular house. Like, my family was the whole world. And when I moved out of that into the real world, I wasn't really given proper guidance on how to deal with the real world. And so I had to do it raw. I had to make a lot of mistakes. I had to learn by trial and error. Whereas if I had a map, like telling me, hey, this is how the world actually works. Like, my perception of how the world works came from TV, movies, very idealized versions of reality. And that's how I pictured reality, like Disney movies. The good guy, the bad guy. I thought these things actually were real. Whereas in reality, no, there's no such thing as good guy, bad guy. There's no justice. Justice doesn't always exist in the real world. It may exist in a film, but in reality, no, that's not really, it's not always there. So, a lot of my suffering, looking back on my life, a lot of my suffering was due to ignorance, my own ignorance. Evolution, I didn't know shit about evolution until I started seeing YouTube videos. So, ignorance is a huge cause of my suffering. And I know it might be a cause of a lot of people's suffering, but that's why it's good to be informed, on have a good, accurate picture of the world, because then you can navigate through it. I think you can you can make informed choices, which is better than making uninformed choices, I think. Anyway, so I gotta learn to trust myself, and I don't need to prove anything to other people. I don't need to prove anything to the world. I feel like I'm always right. No, I don't need to prove anything to the world. I should stop doing that. I can trust in myself. Have certain goals, and I just need to prove things to myself. I don't even need to prove anything to even myself. I just need to learn to trust in myself, my capacity to make judgments and choices, and that's who I am. Me making judgments, making choices, and trusting in those choices and taking responsibility for them. When I make a decision, I am responsible for them. I know there's no soul or anything, but just leaving all of that aside, just from a purely psychological, I guess this is a kind of psychological kind of conversation, just trusting in myself, and I don't know, who cares whether it's psychological or whatever. The point is, leave that aside. I've got to learn to trust in myself, and because there's a fear, right? There's a fear that you could make the wrong decision, right? But that's what it means to be an adult, I guess. It means that you are going to make wrong decisions, and you shouldn't let the fear of making wrong decisions stop you from actually making them and feeling responsible for them. Um, yeah, I am afraid to the consequences of my actions. So instead of blaming other people or thinking like the world or whatever, no, I am going to trust in myself. I'm gonna trust in my capacity to make judgments, informed judgments, hopefully, and yeah, and I'm going to own those choices, and I'm going to accept the consequences of those choices. Anyway, I'm getting tired. I don't know. So that's I just want to say that. So yeah, I don't need to prove myself to anybody. So I feel like a lot of my videos, like I'm so open, like I'm trying to prove. No, I don't need to prove myself. No, so yeah, who knows when my next video will come? It might come tomorrow. It might come next week. Who knows? Whenever I feel like it. I want my YouTube to be like a fun kind of experience. I want to make videos when I feel like, hey, I really want to make a video. I don't want to feel like, oh, I got to make a video. No. That's not something I want to do. Even if I make educational videos, I want to spend some time, polish it, or whatever, I don't know. I'm not saying I'm not making any plans. So that's still like, yeah, I want to focus on all this stuff I'm doing in the real world at the moment. Spend a lot of time on YouTube, enough, so yeah, I want to focus a little bit on the real life thing. Yeah, gotta deal with this admission thing, and oh God, I really want to get a job. I also want to get my surgery. I want to set myself the goal of within 2 years make the money, hopefully. Yeah. I don't have to prove myself. Yeah. Oh God, okay. Yes, that's all I want to say, and yes, thank you for watching, and see you guys sometime in the future. I'm still around, Yeah, I'll probably make a video whenever I feel like it, but whenever I feel like it is like, who knows when that's gonna be. Like, I like to leave it things like that, less pressure, because too much pressure is like, ugh. Yeah, so yeah.